Hi and welcome to Golden Age Shooting. Today we are talking about various levels of competition you have to go through before reaching Olympics. Once you have the requisite skill to compete against good shooters in your own academy, you know you have arrived in the competition circuit. So the first level of competition that you will always see in southern states and most of India is your state championship. But there are a few states where there are a large number of shooters, and because of which they conduct something we call as pre-states. So pre-states become the first competition, then comes the state championship. Once you clear your state championship, then comes the zonal events. North zone, east zone, west zone, south zone. And countries divided into four parts, and all these zones compete against those states in that particular zone only. And whoever qualifies in this zonal, which is called as pre-national event, get qualified to national championships. In national championship, you can qualify after scoring a minimum qualifying score. So these three events or four events: pre-states wherever applicable, state championships, zonals, which is your pre-nationals, and nationals. These events are based on something called as MQS, which is minimum qualifying score. So if you want to get to state championship from pre-states, you have to shoot a particular score, then a little higher score to qualify to pre-nationals. In pre-nationals, you have to score a certain higher score to get qualified to nationals. At nationals, you have to score a little higher score to be called or designated as we call as renowned shot. As soon as you compete in state championship and qualify in state championship for your pre-nationals, you are designated as an aspiring shooter. The advantage of becoming an aspiring shooter is for those who do 0.22, 0.32 events in which they have to acquire licenses. So to apply for a license, the bare minimum requirement is becoming an aspiring shot. That is clearing your state championships. The difference between aspiring shot and renowned shot is quite simple. Aspiring shot is a person who is aspiring shooter who has qualified states and is not still eligible to participate in nationals. A renowned shot is a person who is already qualified at nationals. The big difference is an aspiring shot can also get a license, but on the import he has to pay 18% GST, whereas a renowned shot is exempted from paying 18% GST on import of weapons as well as ammunition. Once you qualify in nationals, your actual struggle starts. When I say actual struggles, now is when you have to compete and make yourself a top shooter in India. There is no minimum qualifying score here. There is only maximum possible score which matters, and you're selected based on your potential of shooting maximum score and no more MQS. After nationals, you get an opportunity to shoot for an event which we call as selection trials. And because you are a renowned shot and qualified in nationals, you also get to play an event which is exclusive for renowned shots called as KSS. The main events where your score is averaged and your consideration for being part of the Indian national squad for competing in international events are your selection trials and the KSS event. So there are total of 6 trials, selection trials, and 1 KSS event where your scores are averaged, and the top scorers of this event is selected for Indian national squad. And here also in selection trials, there are shooters are classified into 2 categories: category A shooters, category B shooters, or group A and group B. And Indian team selection happens only from group A, who are the top 50 shooters at nationals. So that means your performance at nationals is extraordinarily crucial, and that is a do or die event for every single shooter. Once you have topped the selection trials and become part of the Indian national squad, as we call it, NSQ, once you are part of the squad, then you are provided training and camps are conducted for these particular shooters who are selected into Indian squad specifically. And most of the times, candidates are selected based on their performances directly for international events and then made part of the squad. So these shooters are provided special training and then taken to international events. All the national camps that are conducted for people in the Indian national squad are all high performance camps, wherein their focus by the national coaches are to get the best out of these shooters in the international arena. The major international events are World Cups, World Championships, Asian Games, Commonwealth Games, and many other similar competitions that happen at various international facilities, and all the shooters from various countries come and participate here. And the selection for this is based on your performance in the selection trials and in the camp. For example, you as a shooter in the year 2024 are already in the national squad. So you get to play a lot of international events in 25 and 26, provided your performances are still top and you are still the best shooter for India. And since the next Olympic event is happening in 2028, the criteria for 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles is set in 2026. So 2026, 2027 or 2027 and 2028 will be the quota years wherein the international events like World Cups, World Championships, Asian Games, and Commonwealth Games, in these events, medal winners are distributed with Olympic quotas. That means every shooter who performs really good in this competition is allotted a quota for his Olympic performance. But that Olympic quota is earned by the country and not by the shooter. So that means the shooter who has won the Olympic quota not necessarily will participate in the Olympics. He still has to come back to India and he still has to compete in Olympic trials and be the best in the Olympic trials and then go and participate in Olympics. When I say Olympic trials, all the top shooters at that particular period of time during the Olympic period are competing against each other in Indian national circuit. And these people perform against each other in various matches and criteria set by the NRAI. And the top shooters in these trials, Olympic trials, are selected to represent India at the Olympics. Now, once you are selected to represent India at Olympics, then you have to play a qualification round and then the finals. So after every Olympics, there is a slight change in the format of competitions. So 2028 Olympics, you might not have the same format as what we had in 2024 Olympics. Now that you are aware of various levels of competition, we wish you all the best and good luck and hope to see you soon.